afternoon, one and all. My name is Rishab. I'm from Department, and I'm going to speak about Trilogy. It's a series book. It's actually called a Stranger Trilogy. The first book, it's actually about the protagonist, the girl. His name is and the book is written by Novoneel Chakraborthy. He's a thriller writer, and he has written a lot of thrillers and is a very famous writer in the country, and he has a lot of bestsellers within the country. The most important part is that protagonist she's also known as Minnie in her family, and her father, Mr. Banerjee, and her mother, Mrs. Banerjee. They sent her to Mumbai for whatever reasons. She's 25 now, and she is working for a computer tech company as an IT expert. And she came to Mumbai. She had a partner. His name was Danny, and she left him for whatever reasons. And that's not exactly given in the book. But the first book starts when she finds the stranger. One day, she was entering into her apartment, and suddenly the lights went off, and she finds a white cloud there. After the fiery scenes which happens generally in films, that lights are gone and suddenly the fans are running, and again the lights go off. She finds the white cloth actually, and there it is written, "Hello, Minnie." That's it. So that's the first encounter she has with that stranger who is nowhere. She can't see him, she can't hear him, but it is him. So she finds that, "Hello, Minnie." The next day she continues her work. She has a crooked boss who is very rude, very cruel, doesn't give holidays, doesn't give salary at times, but that's her life. She has a good roommate who's a very supportive friend, cooks good, and is a very nice friend to her when she's in a lot of lows in her life, especially with a relationship which recently broke. Her life was only love, a family, and her own issues in her office. So continuously after some days she didn't have any stranger problems. The stranger didn't try to connect to her. But suddenly, one night when she was sleeping in her room, there was a microphone, which she didn't know there was a microphone within the room. And suddenly, again, the same message, "Hello, Minnie," came, but it was a voice. For example, "Hello, Minnie." That was the voice there. And she woke up. The problem with Rivana is that she lives in a dream world, which she doesn't know it's a dream world. And then she connects to that stranger. The stranger I'll give a small spoiler here. The stranger is actually for real. Rivana is not in any dream world. She is being psychologically treated here. It will be opening in the third book. So the stranger now gives her frequent calls on a particular analog phone, a keypad phone, and the white pieces. She starts to get a feeling that that particular stranger, since she's not in a relationship, he's pondering for love. He needs love from Rivana, and that's why he's going behind her. He's stalking her everywhere. If Rivana speaks something, he calls her and says, "Why are you doing this? Why are you going there? And who are you meeting?" So one day, finally, the stranger calls her and asks her to go to Dharavi. Dharavi is a slum area in Mumbai where kids are in miserable situation. They don't have any food to live. They don't have studies, education, books, nothing. So she goes to that slum, and after going there, she finds a kid. Her mother suffers from AIDS. Unfortunately, her father is that kid's father is a drinker, alcohol, excellent, I would say, art of alcohol. He sits in middle of the village. He calls everyone. He says that, "Come on, let's drink." So every time his mother goes there, because of alcohol and consumption, he doesn't have any money there. So the kid needs to treat her mother. The kid needs to find education, but education is not there because the teacher is not there. So Rivana goes there, and while her husband was beating that woman who was suffering from AIDS, she stops him, and that guy is taken to the police station, and the kid tells Rivana that he's not able to study. There are many kids, nearly 20 to 25 kids within the slum who are not able to study. So what Rivana does is she goes there every Sunday, and she puts up a board. There's not a smart board, a normal board, and she starts teaching them alphabets, Hindi alphabets, Marathi alphabets, numbers, calculations, etc. etc. And it's the best thing she feels she has done. Now she realizes that the stranger is not trying to get love from her, but is trying to help her in some motive. She thinks that this is the motive of the stranger. Stranger wants her to do something in her life apart from relationship or love or any other thing. At the same point, parallelly, she finds a guy who is a very nice person, an aspiring actor who has come to Mumbai, and his name is Raj. He comes there, and they bond really well. And finally, she has completed. She stick the relationship box there. And even Raj is extremely supportive to Ivana. He doesn't know about that stranger character till now. But one day, suddenly, the stranger appears in front of her without the face. He just keeps a mask always, a black mask, a black clothes, black shirt, black pant, everything is black. So he comes in front of her and he just disappears with the car. He's standing there, she sees, and he disappears with the car. And then again the calls are again and again ringing. He asks her to go to the government officials, he asks her to do some land disputes are going with poor people, he asks her to go and solve that. One day what happens is that Ivana passes her office, and just when she passes there is a small dhaba, what they say, a small restaurant, and behind the restaurant she finds unfortunately that a girl is being raped. So Ivana actually goes there, sends out all the people who are trying to do that. And when the police approaches, initially boyfriend, because he was a little reluctant to go and give the statement because police and other legal stuff are very, very, very prolonging, and that's why Ivana goes into Raj's mindset that okay, I won't do this, I'll stay away. But when stranger again calls says no, Ivana, you have to do this. Ivana again goes to the police station at the night after 12 o'clock because that's the time when Raj is actually not in the home. He is outside, he's going to his acting classes or whatever. She goes there and she is ready to give the statement for that rape case, and takes 2-3 months. The rape case is solved. After the rape case is solved, Ivana gets a call again from the stranger, and she's like, yeah, okay. And like Ivana in a time gets attracted towards the stranger now. It's not exactly love in the first book, but she's attracted to the stranger. After the attraction, this thing gets over, the police station, this stuff is over. One day, suddenly, it's towards the end of the first book, the climax. It's that Ivana takes a scrapbook from the college. When the college gets over, she takes the scrapbook, she's turning the pages, and when she turns the pages, she finds the friends in it. Different names, for example, Priya, Deepika, whoever, whatever friends are. She calls one of her old friends, close friends, and she asks about them. What happened to, for example, Priya? What has happened to Deepika? What has happened to Shreya? And then suddenly she asks about the girl who was her roommate called Megha. Like, what happened to Megha? Where is she and how is she doing? Is she married or what? And the friend responds that, Ivana, are you serious? Megha committed suicide 5 years back, and she's no more. And you were on the crime spot and you saw the suicide, and how you don't remember? That's where the first book finishes, and the first book is known as Marrying a Stranger. So the point is that she gets to know that her friend died 5 years ago, committed suicide, but she doesn't remember now. The second book goes to a place where it starts from a game. It's a software game known as Dare. Dare means it's a dare which you give a task to someone, a friend or anyone, you have to complete it, and defy means I don't want to do it. The game is that you can't dare to defy the dare actually. You have to do the dare at any cost if you enter the game. It's like you win, so that software is created. In that dare defy game, again the stranger calls her and says that there is a girl who's actually stuck in her. She has to do a lot of things, she's given injections, she's been drugs, and she's not able to handle herself properly, her mind is not in her control. So in that game, Ivana is herself asked by the stranger to enter into the game and do all sort of stuff which can be called nonsense. It's tough, it's hazardous, it can be almost deadly. So Ivana has to, for example, there's a case where she has to go to a club and she has to dance in front of people. That's the first task in that Dare Defy game, which the stranger asked Ivana to go. The stranger knew that the game is like that, but she still believes the stranger for some reason. After she goes there, she finds that the stranger is there somehow. She feels that the stranger is there. So there, after going there, the stranger somehow, when that dance is going to happen, he stops the DJ. And Ivana gets to know that someone is there. Someone is there to save her. After this terrifying game, her task gets over. She goes behind that girl towards the hotel, and that girl is a well-off girl. She is rich. She is extremely prosperous, has a great dad, and is a businessman. But then the point is that why is the girl doing all this? She has money, she has everything, but why is she still doing it? The problem is that she's stuck into this game like any other young mind is stuck into it. Ivana tries to complete this Dare Defy game, the whole trap, and finally she cracks it with the help of the stranger. And when she cracks it, Again, the stranger has a different kind of a twist here. The stranger again says that this game was actually, it was a software which was created by the friend who committed suicide 5 years ago, Megham. So that was the software. It was not used as a game, it was just a software called as Dare. The second book ends here. The third book starts again when Rivana is called by her parent, because Rivana asks her parent that Megha is a girl who committed suicide. Parents, Mr. Banerjee and Mrs. Banerjee know something that the audience doesn't know, and they have done something with Rivana's mind. There is some secret throughout the three books, and they call her Kolkata. They come back to Kolkata, we need to get you married. She comes back to Kolkata, she doesn't marry, but she joins another job, and she also connects with, she joins a spiritual club where there's a big round circle and a lot of mantras are going on, and they're trying to find people that who has done actually this with Ivana. She goes there to find that girls, that what has happened to Megha. And when she goes there, she finds her boss. That boss is an extremely handsome, extremely helpful, and extremely polite with Ivana when nobody else is in Kolkata. Her parents are evil. She has left her boyfriend again, and everything happening in Rivana's life, only positive thing is her boss. She doesn't love him, but she just does have a lot of respect for that person. The boss is out of the city for some time, and then again the stranger appears in Kolkata, which is the biggest task that Rivana faces. Now the stranger gives the next task is that you have to go and tell that spiritual lady that you were the one who killed Megha. And let's see what happens. What does she give you? What does she conclude with what you say? She goes and tells that, and when she tells that, that spiritual lady actually confirms that yeah, you are the person who was killed Megha. She doesn't understand anything, and by the course of the whole story, she tries to find the stranger again and again. She thinks that her father is the stranger, maybe Danny was the stranger, Raj was the stranger, her friend in the room was the stranger, her boss was the stranger, maybe. She is completely clueless because that stranger is a very important person in the whole character. He's actually the protagonist, but Ivana is called the protagonist. And finally, she cracks the code. She chases the stranger till the end. But the stranger, the chasing and all is kept aside a little bit because the boss, he wants to help Rivana. He takes him to a place called near Kolkata, there's called a Nirua, it's a place. And there is this doctor who was Rivana's family doctor, and he's a hypnotist who hypnotizes. Somehow he gets to know that yes, Rivana's family came to me to hypnotize Rivana for something 5 years ago, to lose some particular memory from her brain, from her entire memory. So she goes there again, and she actually asks that person that you give me back that particular moment which you have hypnotized and taken out of memory. So that hypnotist again does that whole task, and he's a completely medical hypnotist, and he gives that memory back. And then he gets to then that Mini gets to know, Ivana gets to know that there was a job interview after the college exams. There was a job interview. There were placements, and she actually spiked Megha's water. Spiked, you can say, she added some wrong substances, or because she was jealous of Megha for some reason. She didn't want her to get the job, so she spiked Megha's water glass or water bottle. And because of that, Megha slept the entire night. She slept the entire morning. She woke up in the next night, around 8 or 9 or 10. So because of that, Megha was from a very poor family. She had that dad-defy technique. Other than that, she needed a job, but she lost on it because Ivana did that. And when she got to know that she had lost the job, she committed suicide. And that was the reason her parents actually took her to that hypnotist so that she forgets everything, because Ivana went into serious clinical depression after that. And because of that, the whole thing happened. And now she got the memory, but still, who's the stranger? So after everything gets over, she gets to Kolkata, and one day again the stranger calls her. And when he calls her, Ivana does a trick with that stranger that she has actually used a GPS tracker to actually trace from where the call is coming. She traces that, she goes behind the stranger, and when the point comes that who is the stranger, she actually discovers that Megha's brother is no one, actually the boss. The boss was Megha's brother, and he was constantly from Mumbai to Kolkata guiding Ivana to actually become a better person, come out of love and relationship, not out of means from that mindset that love is everything, relationships are everything, having a partner is everything, and do a lot of things, help children, make poor people more progressive, and get justice for Megha and her technology. Finally, she gets there, and when she finally gets to know. She's the boss has that I am a stranger, and we have a secret society of strangers which is known as Zenobia. And from that, I am one of the strangers. Ivana decides that she will also become a stranger and she will go on to help many other people. So then she becomes a stranger to Raj, who was a good person and aspiring actor. She becomes the stranger to Raj, and then she supports him to realize what he needs to do and what not. So I get to understand that sometimes it's not important to learn in life, sometimes it's very important to unlearn some lessons and to know your worth. The stranger always used one line in that book, in the entire trilogy, that know your worth, Vinny. So that's the whole thing which is the main motivation of the trilogy. Thank you.